My name is James Ekanem. I'm 38 years old, and this is the story of how 13 years of hard work, loyalty, and trust were thrown away in one meeting, and how I rose again from the ruins to build something better. I still remember the first time I walked into Emerald Brickworks Ltd, a small construction company in Ibadan, Nigeria. It was 2012, and I was a man with nothing. My small building firm had just failed during the economic crash, and I had debts hanging on my neck like a curse. I came with nothing but my toolbox, a tattered CV, and the determination to start over. Mr. Benedict Opara, the owner of the company, gave me a chance. He was a tough but fair man in his late 50s. "Work hard and you'll grow here," he said to me.
I did just that. Within 8 months, I became a site supervisor. In 2 years, I was handling entire projects. By the 5th year, I was managing over 60 workers, meeting with clients, and even representing the company at government meetings. Emerald Brickworks grew from a struggling outfit with 5 workers to a multi-million naira company with offices in 3 states. I introduced safety training, digital tracking for materials, and built strong trust with architects, civil engineers, and clients. I gave that company everything: late nights, missed birthdays, no family holidays, all my strength. Then came Tony, Mr. Benedict's only son. He had been schooling abroad. The same boy who only visited the office twice in 5 years, who once asked if cement expired. He returned in 2024 with a foreign MBA and big, shiny ideas. At first, I welcomed him, but then he started talking in meetings like he owned the place, telling clients to expect quicker results, lower costs, and modern systems. He began to change the way we worked, ignoring what had made us successful. One day, he interrupted me during a presentation and promised a big real estate client that we could complete a 10-month project in just 5 months. The client backed out immediately. I warned Mr. Benedict, but he only smiled. "Let the boy try. He is the future." It became clear. My 13 years of loyalty meant nothing next to his son's degree and surname. It all collapsed at the company's end-of-year event in December. I overheard Mr. Benedict telling some guests, "Tony is the future of this company. James has been good, but he plays it too safe." I was speechless. 3 weeks later, a general meeting was called. In front of everyone, staff I hired, trained, and led, Mr. Benedict announced Tony as the new CEO. I was pushed aside and made head of documentation and permits, a desk job. Tony smiled and said, "I hope you can guide me through the ropes." I smiled back, but inside, something broke. That night, my wife, Miriam, asked me, "So, what will you do?" I stared at the ceiling and said quietly, "Start again." Weeks later, things started to fall apart. Tony changed reliable contractors, replaced our project software with something cheaper, and made big promises he couldn't keep. Soon, old clients were calling me, asking what was going on. I had no answers. One of our most loyal clients, Mrs. Aisha Bello, called me into her office and said, "James, I hired Emerald because of you, not because of Benedict or his son. But now, you are quiet and the company is failing. I tried to defend us, but the damage was done." 2 days later, my best site engineer, Chidi, walked into my office with a resignation letter. "I'm tired," he said. "Tony is risking lives with these shortcuts. I can't work under someone who ignores safety rules." That same week, my project manager, Infonaya, came to me. "People are leaving, James. They don't trust Tony, and they don't believe you can stop this." That was the final blow. I typed my resignation letter and dropped it on Benedict's desk. He didn't say much. Tony laughed and called me too emotional. I didn't argue. I simply walked out with peace in my heart. A month later, I met Tunde Lawson, one of our old clients. He had a big vision. He wanted to start his own real estate development firm and needed someone he could trust to build for him. He said, "James, let's start something new. I'll fund it, you lead it." We shook hands. Ekanem Builders Ltd was born. My first call was to Infunaya, then to Chidi, then to 3 other loyal team members. They all said yes. We started in a small rented office in Ibadan. Our first project was a luxury duplex estate in Okobo. I was on site every day. It felt like coming back to life. Within 2 months, more people joined. Our name started spreading. Clients said things like, "James is back. We are ready to work again." Meanwhile, Emerald Brickworks was collapsing. Projects delayed, contracts lost, government warnings, clients angry. Tony was overwhelmed. 2 months after I left, Benedict came to my office. He looked old and tired. "James," he said softly, "I made a mistake. The company is dying. Please come back. Help fix it. Help Tony." I looked at him and said, "You didn't just make a mistake, sir. You made a choice." He didn't argue. He left quietly.
2 weeks later, it was in the newspapers. Emerald Brickworks files for bankruptcy. Ekanem Builders continued to grow. We hired the right people. We delivered quality. We met deadlines. We earned trust. One morning, Chidi smiled at me on site and said, "Feels good to work for someone who actually knows what they're doing." I smiled back. It wasn't about revenge. It was about doing what was right. We proved that you don't have to cut corners to succeed. We showed that integrity, loyalty, and skills still matter.